Can you believe that I'm wearing right now the very wig that got me started on this wig wearing journey? Like, that's how old this wig is, because I've been wearing wigs for years and years and years now, and this was my very first one. Still going strong. This is Simmer by Raquel Welch in the color Shaded Biscuit. It's just an amazing wig. I just have fond thoughts and so much love for it because of how it got me into wigs. I first saw this wig on the website, and well, I didn't know if it was gonna look that great on me, to be honest, because it always looks good on the models and it always looks good on everybody that I had seen it on, but I didn't know if it was gonna look good on me. Like, how do I know? I had never worn a wig before in my life. So what I actually ended up doing, because I saw this wig, guys, I ended up going to the mall and walking into one of the wig stores because I was like, I need to know what I want. And I tried on some of their wigs, and the lady there was really kind, really helpful to me. I wore the wig cap underneath and they plopped a bunch of wigs on my head, but nothing felt right. It all felt wrong. It didn't feel like me at all. And then I kept going back to this wig online, and it's like, should I just jump in? Should I just do it? And then I did. When I first plopped it on my head, it had lots more volume. Well, obviously it was a brand new wig. It had like that factory film over top that made it so soft. Like, I remember when I first put it on, I was just like so in love with this wig because it looked so good and it felt so good. And that is when I learned the most important trick to wig wearing when you first receive a wig. And that's to get your hands in there and manipulate the fiber, because the way it came, it had the zigzaggy part. And like I said, it was a little poofy on top. So I just took the heat from my hands. I patted it down, which is what like other wig wearers had told me to do at the time. And I just played around with the wig. Cool thing about Simmer is it comes with like a big monofilament top, and then the back is all wefts. So because of this big monofilament top, there's so much room for parting your hair. Like, you can part it in the far left, far right, middle, slightly off the other way. It makes it look like a scalp underneath. And so I was just so in awe. When I first got it, it didn't look 100% like how I wanted it to, but I'm so glad I took people's advice and really played around with the wig and got my hands in there and moved the part around. And now this is the way I prefer to wear Simmer. Straighter down and then going into waves and on this side of my head, which is the left side. This is just the way I find it looks best on me. Simmer paved the way to everything else. So I have more wigs beside me here. After Simmer, I got into brown wigs. This wig is Miranda Lite by Jon Renau. So this is a more luxurious cap because it's completely hand tied. And I was so excited because after having Simmer's got the wefted back, right? Which allows more air to pass through. And it's a little like friendlier on the wallet. Whereas like the hand tied, it's a little more luxurious. And so I was like so excited because I had heard that they're really comfortable on your head. So I'm gonna put this on real quick so you can see it. The reason why I moved into a hand-tied cap was because I knew I loved wigs at this point. And I just figured that made sense. Like, I wanted to start with a wig that was a little better on my budget just so I could try it out, just to see like, do I even like wigs? Turns out I love them after Simmer. And then when I got into a hand-tied cap, I was thinking, oh my goodness, I am so in love with the feel. What I noticed was the big difference between the wefted and the hand-tied is that the hand-tied was a little hotter. So maybe not as great for summer months, but winter, great. Spring, great. Summer, yeah, I could deal with it, but it was hotter than my wefted Simmer. But now I had two wigs. And I had a blonde and I had a brown. So it's like, got the best of both worlds. One's a shorter wig, and then this one is a slightly longer wig. So I thought, like, that's all I need. That's all I need for my closet. Well, that's not enough for Steph. She needs a closet full. So I went and got another wig. This wig I have here is Kristen by Jon Renau, in the color Palm Springs Blonde. Now, I've had other Kristens before. I had it in Cafe Mocha too, and that was a stunning wig. And I love that one as well. But I always tend to gravitate towards blondes just because I wear blondes in the business world, like for real estate. My husband and I are a team in real estate together. And so I like to stick in like the same category of color because then people don't question me. I mean, obviously, they don't really look like wigs anyways. Like nobody has ever known. Even when I changed the color completely, they just think I dyed my hair. But do you get what I mean? Like if I had blonde hair and then I had brown hair and then I had red hair and then back to blonde, like every other day, they'd be like, how is that possible? Whereas like, I don't want the questions. So I try to keep within the blonde range and then I don't get any questions at all. I just find it amazing. So this is Kristen. What I love about Kristen is that she's the shorter wig. She is also wefted. She's got the permatease, which allows for good volume. I don't mind permatease. Like I think it's just such a beautiful cap. A little more friendly on the budget than the hand-tied wigs. And I just think it's so cute. Like the fibers are so soft. So then, let's move on to the next one. So then it's Ignite. This has got to be one of my favorite wigs of all time. Also in the same color, Palm Springs Blonde, right? Keeping in that same range of blondes. This is one of my favorite wigs. I kid you not. It's because of this shorter back right here. I always thought I couldn't pull off wigs that had a shorter back. I thought it looked too edgy for me. Like people tell me that I have a really high voice and people always think, I don't know, I guess I'm really young, I guess. I'm not that young, guys. But anyways, because of that, I always thought that it just wouldn't suit me. Like it would just be too edgy or I don't know. I just thought it wouldn't work for me. Guys, it's been my holy grail. I love it so much. Between Ignite, Kristen, Miranda. I also have Miranda in a blonde so that I can wear it to work and no one questions me. And of course, my beloved Simmer. Like between all of these, it just makes my life. It makes my life amazing and fun and I can change things up and they're different lengths. And if it's really cold outside and I know I'm going to be wearing a turtleneck and a jacket over top and just layering up in all of these sweaters, I'm going to wear Ignite because it's not going to get tangled at the back. It's going to stay amazing for longer. Simmer, I've had it for so long now that she gets tangled pretty fast at this point, but you know, I have my tips and my tricks for keeping her lasting as long as she's lasted. Like, that's pretty amazing how long she's lasted. Miranda Lite, still going strong. Such a beautiful cap. Just so voluminous. Lots of hair here. So this is like a style that I would want to wear out and about on the town at nighttime. Like when I go on a date with Dan, this is the wig that I would probably wear. If I'm at work, I would probably either wear Kristen or Simmer. If I'm doing anything at all, Ignite is my go-to. So that's kind of me, and that's my story, and that's how wigs got me going on this journey. It's just been so thrilling and so amazing to be able to try all these different styles and colors. Styles and colors that I thought I would never be able to pull off, but then I have, and now I have them, and now I can switch back and forth, and it is just the most amazing feeling, and this is the feeling that I hope and I wish for all of you. So thank you so much for tuning in with me today and hearing me blab on and on about my story. I would love to hear your stories. If you want to write it down in the comment section, I would love for all of us to be able to gather together and read about each other's stories. What made you start in the wig wearing journey? And if you're brand new, let us know the wig that interests you the most. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.